Okay. Well, I'm in the office today with Loretta, and Loretta, we're just talking about her story. So, Loretta, tell us kind of the basics about what happened with your daughter.
Well, prior to her accident, my husband and I lived with all our kids grown, and we lived alone. We have a daughter that was in a terrible car accident. She also has a daughter, our granddaughter Isabel. Alicia was in a terrible car accident, and
How long ago was this?
it was 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
She had 2 major brain injuries. She was in a coma for 4 months, and they didn't think she was going to live. They had her on, they had a bolt in her brain to monitor the swelling. They were getting ready to cut a hole in her scalp to allow the brain to continue swelling, and to allow that. They had a trach and a feeding tube in her, and they didn't think she was going to make it.
Well, I remember when that incident took place, and it was very stressful. I remember meeting with you at that time, and I also remembered, us praying. And I remember that they said that she wasn't going to be able to walk again. Is that what happened?
Correct.
Was she in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Okay, so the day that we prayed for her together at your house, what happened?
She felt really good, and she had a big smile on her face, and she was happy. That night we went to my husband's sister's house for a barbecue, and they were playing music, and she told her dad, I want to dance with you, and he got up, pulled her up from her chair, and she actually danced with her dad that same evening.
It's funny. Like, I forgot that, and it's a major thing, that she danced with Dad. So she was in a wheelchair that day. We prayed. God moved. She experienced healing enough that she was able to get out of the wheelchair and dance with Dad.
Correct.
The same night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was she able to dance with Dad before prayer?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So then would you say she received a touch from the Lord?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, now what? She doesn't need the wheelchair anymore?
No, she's been out of the wheelchair for 1.5 years.
Okay, so now she's out of the wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
How's she doing now?
She's doing well. She's healing, baby steps, but she's doing very well. They didn't think she'd ever have use out of her left hand again.
Okay.
What she does, she uses. It's healed so much. They continue therapy.
What was the deal with her left hand? Was it not able to be opened and closed, or?
Yes, she was in her coma. She had it tightened up here like this for all those months.
So she was in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
God brought her out of a coma,
Mm-hmm.
and regained her ability to walk.
Correct.
But that happened like fast. Like prayer, God moves,
Mm-hmm.
she's better.
Yes.
Now she's dancing with Dad the same day she gets prayer.
Yes.
She's healed. She starts walking around without the wheelchair. She's got mobility. Wasn't one of her feet hung up at the ankle?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's much better. She's still going to therapy, but she's starting on the treadmill, and they're going to start her running on the treadmill next week.
And they didn't think that she was going to be able to walk again.
No.
And her brain was swelling, if I remember right.
Yes.
Okay, so that got a touch from the Lord.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a pretty amazing story. So I just thought you'd want to hear the good things God does. Believe, because miracles are for today. Amen. Thank you, Loretta. That's awesome.